What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. And the Lakers defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers 113 to 101. Um, am I pleased with the win? I am satisfied with the win. Am I too happy? I'm not too happy. However, I think the Lakers might have figured something out here, and so I am excited about that. But there's a lot of negatives to talk about and some positives. The positives, very excited to have LeBron James back. I told you guys I felt way safer with LeBron, and he delivered. Boy, did he deliver. Down in crunch time, he was a perfect game floor manager. He put everybody in their spots, finished, and just carried us to victory. Melo was huge. I'm starting to see the trend. Melo plays way better at home. So shout out to Carmelo turning back the clock again tonight. What he ended up with, like 20 plus points. I think he had, let me see, 24 points off the bench. So when Carmelo goes off like that, it's really hard to beat us. Anthony Davis struggled tonight, 15, but he did have 3 huge blocks. LeBron James, man, his airness, his goatness, 26 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. He did have 7 turnovers, but that's okay. First game back. And Russell Westbrook actually played a decent game. I thought he wasn't too sloppy today. Only 4 turnovers, 19 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. So I much prefer a game like this from Russell Westbrook where he was under control. But I got to say, as great as those stars were tonight, except for Anthony Davis who struggled, but everybody else, Carmelo, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron were all great. The heroes of the game, and when this game switched, was when DeAndre Jordan was taken out of the game, as he should have been, because we really struggled with DJ. I'm starting to believe that people say cut DJ because he has been atrocious anytime he's on the floor. But when the game really switched around and got me excited was when Austin Reaves, who I've been just repeating myself to start him. And he was phenomenal, man. He gave us some crazy minutes. Clutch shooting, clutch playmaking, and excellent defense. Same thing with Avery Bradley. He has been a godsend. And I think we figured something out. Having, AD out there at the 5 with Avery Bradley and HBK, Austin Reaves, man, I think it brings us winning results. Their defense and their ability to knock down shots and make plays is huge for this team. And I think we found the recipe. Now, I'm not sure if Frank Vogel's smart enough to make these adjustments, but he needs to subtract DeAndre Jordan from the starting lineup. I don't care if he puts Dwight or AD at the 5, whatever. But he needs to start HBK, a.k.a. Austin Reaves, and Avery Bradley over. As much as I like Kent Bazemore, Avery Bradley's better, both defensively and offensively. Kent Bazemore drives me crazy. Sometimes he tries to go one-on-one, and he takes some boneheaded shots. But defensively, he's solid. I like what he's doing. And of course, Carmelo coming off the bench, doing what he does. But to be fair, LeBron James put him in that position to succeed because he kept hitting him exactly where he wants it. Carmelo's so much better as a catch and shoot guy than somebody to put it on the floor at this point of his career. But I am excited because I feel like little by little they're starting to figure out more and more stuff. My boy Vincent said, appreciate the donation, bro. He said, I like the win, but I have no faith in Vogel. I agree. It's like you see us out here drowning men with DeAndre Jordan, and he allows it to happen. At one point, we were even down 10 points in this game. First quarter was atrocious, though. The Lakers really had to clean it up, man. This game was such a roller coaster. I was losing my head after the first quarter. 10 turnovers in the first quarter, that's not acceptable. Luckily, they cleaned it up. And again, a tale of 2 halves. The team plays in spurts. They don't play consistent brand of basketball. They played a horrible first half, and they played a much better second half, especially in the fourth quarter. But again, that's major credit and props to LeBron James, who's just the ultimate point guard, man. He really slowed down the pace and started making the smart plays, the smart passes, started taking the ball to the rim. He's invincible when he's like this, man. His basketball IQ is out of this world. But I am happy we get the win. We go to 3-3. Next up, we got the Houston Rockets. Should be a win as well, especially if LeBron's healthy. But so happy. So happy, man. I'm very happy. My boy said, Dan, you were spot on about HBK. Yes, Hillbilly Kobe, Austin Reaves is a ball player, man. And I've been saying I want him to start. I get it if we don't start. Some of you guys make great points about bringing him off the bench. That's cool with me too. But every time he's on the court, I don't know if you guys noticed, good things happen. Hey, shout out to my homegirl, by the way. I won't be here Sunday, most likely, unless anything changes, because I'll be at Halloween Horror Nights, so I won't be covering that game, so I'll be absent. But I will watch the recap game, and I'll probably come with a post-game recap the very next game on Monday morning or afternoon. But yes, look, The things we are figuring out is that Avery Bradley needs to be an important part of this rotation. Austin Reaves, in my opinion, needs to start. DeAndre Jordan needs to get eliminated from the rotation completely, because anytime he's out there, he's like a gargoyle, man. He just turns to stone when the sun comes out. It's horrible. It's horrible. We don't need that, right? We don't need to get off to those slow starts. And I'm sure he was in the plus minus negatives again tonight. We can't have that. We need to get off to way quicker, better starts. That's how I feel. But you know what? The Lakers drive me crazy because they're still looking for their identity. And I'm just like trying to hold on for dear life through all the sloppiness, man. At times it looks like we're not even trying defensively. I've never seen a team get so many wide open shots on us than this year's Lakers. This team, I feel like as soon as they set a screen, they get open. As soon as they run a play, they get open. We can't defend to save our lives sometimes, especially when DJ's out there. So I think we're figuring out some stuff. Side note, LeBron James and Brody seem to be clicking, man. They said they couldn't work. They look great together tonight. I saw some Showtime-esque passes, and I was like just really excited. Me and my brother were watching the couch. We were yelling and stuff, man. It's really exciting when they get it together. All the people saying ridiculous stuff like trade Russ are going to eat their words back. I actually thought Russ played a very solid game. Take a look at his numbers. He only had 4 assists. My key is always to keep it under 5 or 4. But he actually took care of the basketball. He played smarter and he was a +4. I'll take a plus rather than a negative any night. But he had 19 points, right? He had, let me see here, make sure I read the stat line right. Okay, he had 5 assists and 6 rebounds, man, with only 4 turnovers. That is huge. That is huge. The 4 turnovers is way more welcome than 10. And that's for sure. That's a fact. He said, no diss. Melo plays best at home. AB was a +30. I knew Bron would turn things around. This is why he's king. Russ took care of the ball better today. Yes, he did. I hope Russell Westbrook learns his lesson because, like I said, he's like the Wolverine of the Lakers, all right? When he's under control and, he plays and he listens to the commands of Professor X, a.k.a. LeBron James, he's a lethal weapon. He is Weapon X, for the Lakers when he's under control. When he's out of control, he's just a savage out there. He's just a beast, wild on the loose. Somebody needs to rein him in. And so Wolverine is his new nickname for me. Brody is no longer Brody. He's Wolverine. That's his nickname. And so perfect comparison. I think, he needs to figure it out, man. This is the X-Men. The Lakers are the X-Men. All right. All we do is win. So in order to win, you got to fall in line. And tonight he fell in line. By the way, AD struggled. And we were able to make up for his lack of offensive production, which shows, again, how deep we are. Scoring isn't the issue with this team. We have more than enough scoring here. It's all about, it's all about defense. And sometimes we look pedestrian on that end. So still tons of work to do. But if Frank Vogel realizes that having DJ out there is no bueno, then he's going to, he's going to figure it out. All right. Oh, my night just got better. Thank you so much. Oh, shout out to the homegirl, man. She really blessed the kid. 150 right there for you, man. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. You do so much for the channel, for me and my girl. I just, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Tara. I appreciate it, man. 150, that's how you feel? That's how you feel? She said they need to keep that lineup. I agree with you. By the way, I was so excited by the 150, I didn't even read your comment. My apologies, but I agree. They need to keep that lineup. And I'm talking, and she's talking about Avery Bradley and HBK, man. Those guys need to play for reals. I don't know how they're gonna do it. We have tons of depth on this team. Like Malik Monk and Rondo didn't play much this game. Well, Rondo didn't play at all, but Malik Monk really didn't play in the second. But it worked out, man. I'm glad that Vogel stuck with that, and it worked. That's what Vogel needs to do. He needs to test out what the heck is working, right? But, man, shout out to the homegirl, Laker Nation for life, man. She's the best. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. That should pay for the parking Sunday. You are funny. Oh, man, thank you so much. And I can't wait. I'm going to Horror Nights because of her. So, with my girl for our anniversary. So, thank you so much. Again, I can't thank you enough. Wow. Laker Nation for life always bless the channel. She's amazing. She does, man. By the way, her name is Tara. So, she's amazing, man. She is my sponsor for sure. He said, wave DJ and hope Love gets bought out. I would prefer somebody like Kevin Love to space the floor and stretch, because look, it opens up the lanes. You see how much more fluent and less stagnant we look when we have AD at the 5. That's why I keep vouching for Anthony Davis at the 5, because the floor spacing is so much better with him there. And I know what you guys are saying. He's not really a 5, but look, he had a huge block to end the game. So I think he's just fine playing in spurts. But I like him at the 5 better, man. The floor spacing is so much better. Again, thank you so much. Love you, Tara. I appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. LeBron is back to restore order, and Skip is getting no sleep tonight. I wonder what Skip is going to say, but this is not a statement win yet. This was a good win for us. Everyone's a good win. For sure, everyone's a good win. However, tonight was a must win. It wasn't something like we made a statement or anything like that. So bottom line is, the Lakers need to continue to build on this. We can't have a let-up game versus the Houston Rockets. We can't do that. But yes, LeBron does restore order. He is called King James for a reason. And I look forward to this team continuing to grow. Did you guys like the dynamic tandem tonight between Russell Westbrook and LeBron? I thought it was spectacular, man. When I saw that, when I saw those passes, love you more. Thanks, Tara. When I saw those passes, I was just like, wow, this is borderline Showtime basketball. If we could just take care of the ball more and play smart, this is what it could look like consistently. Because Brody attacking in spurts, because you saw there was times in the game where he looked out of control. He was just doing too much. And then the reins were pulled back. LeBron commanded the ball, put everybody in their place, and boom, we get good Russell Westbrook all over again. So Russ just needs to learn how to stop making those boneheaded outlet passes that lead to turnovers and buckets coming back the other way. If he can do that, we are going to be unstoppable. We are the only team that can truly defeat ourselves in a 7-game series when healthy, right? But we need to be able to take care of the basketball so we can prevail. That's all I'm saying. We need to start building good habits right now. I know what you guys are saying. It's early, Dan. Let's not overreact. But it's not about overreacting. It's about building good habits and holding this team to a higher standard, because the talent is clearly there. And by the way, we beat a pretty good Cavalier team. We now have the same record. So just so you know, it's not like these Cavs were trash. They're actually really good. You saw their size advantage. And Ricky Rubio, I told you guys pregame, he always kills us. So we have to do a better job on the scouting report of preventing those type of players, from killing us, man, night in and night out. He said LeBron might win MVP, AD for Defensive Player of the Year. DJ will not play in the playoffs at all. More Russ pick and rolls and Bron, please. P.S. Shout out to you, Dan, bro. Thank you, Strictly Buckets. I appreciate you, man. Love the name, by the way. He said more Russ pick and rolls with AD and Bron. I do agree with that. We don't run enough pick and rolls on this team. With all the athleticism, height, and size we have, we should be taking advantage of that. Our three-point shot's still not falling at a high clip right now in the season, so we should play to our strengths. And so I like that. I definitely like the fact that tonight we ran some pick and roll and we took advantage of our size a little bit more. Dan, we cannot leave people open for the threes. We're doing that often. But if you notice, Rios, especially when DeAndre Jordan's on the floor, it's like this man has stone feet. He's allergic to movement. You know what I'm saying? He's looking like he's 70. He don't look like he's 30-something. He's looking 70 out there, man. What do you have, like hip replacement or something? What's going on? He has no mobility. And I think, I don't know, man. I'm really disappointed in the way he looks. I thought maybe I was okay with starting him because I was like, maybe then the Lakers will, he'll be motivated by being in the starting lineup. But at the same time, it's like, come on, dude. Like, you at least got to try. And he's not trying. He's not trying. So that's the biggest annoying part right there. Westbrook is bad on defense. In spurts, he looks solid. But yes, sometimes we over gamble. For sure. For sure, we be over gambling. Homegirl said Dwight's 3, though. That was sick. I didn't expect that. He pulled that like it was like he's been doing it his whole life, man. I'm kind of like, okay, if Dwight could shoot that 3 consistently, he could become a weapon. But then I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want him shooting threes. I want him banging down low. That's where his strength is. But that was nice. And it's always nice to get that, to seal off the game. And you see the chemistry going. All of a sudden, you start seeing the team play happy. And we got to learn how to have fun, man. This team has not had too much fun this season. We're barely 6 games in, but we got to start gelling. And this is why I feel like we missed the Jared Dudleys that keep that mood light in the locker room. We got to keep that up, man, because there's already a lot of pressure playing for the Lakers. Now, if you're playing for the Lakers and you're not winning consistently and the media's attacking you, plus there's, we need to lighten up the mood. That whole AD Dwight situation kind of killed it in the beginning, but I'm glad they're starting to turn the page little by little. He said, "Don't panic, guys. We're building chemistry. We have injuries, and we'll get some good defenders back as we go. I would be happy with a 500 record after 10 or even 20 games. Patience. We are very patient, man. Here we are patient. Trust me. I'm hard on this team because I know what they're capable of, but that doesn't mean I'm not patient. If I wasn't patient, I'd just turn off my TV. No, I'm very patient, man. But I'll say this, man: the team has to erase some of these bad habits. That's all. That's all I'm asking for, and play with more effort. Play the better rotations. Like Homegirl said, man, we need to stick to that lineup. I'm telling you, we found something here tonight. Okay, Anthony Davis at the 5. I don't care who you put at the 4 or at the 3, but you got to have Avery Bradley out there with HBK, man. Got to have both of those guys. They were elite lockdown defenders tonight. Both of them. Did you see the way Hillbilly Kobe just snagged that? He grabbed that ball like it was a warthog out there in the Wild Wild West. The way he was just wrestling with Ricky Rubio. He said, "Give me that shit." That's our rookie. That's our rookie, guys. So, man, when I see that type of effort, smart play, and tenacity from a rookie, I'm like, start that man. Start him. We need that intensity. It needs to rub off on the rest of the team. If you're somebody like Russell Westbrook or you're a veteran or somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you see that intensity coming from a rookie, of course it's going to hype you up. And I feel like that was a turning point in the game when HBK was plugged in along Avery Bradley, and they started just, they just locked it up, man. That was so nice. And he's knocking down his shots, and he's doing all the little things, man. Oh, my goodness. Dan, how do you feel about what Avery Bradley did today? He's making the putback dunk just now. Avery Bradley I underestimated his, bringing him back. I forgot how good he was defensively. That's bad on me. That's my bad, Laker Nation. But I should have been a lot more excited when we reacquired him because I forgot how tenacious he can be. Not only is he knocking down shots and getting putbacks, but his lockdown defense and a team when we're starving for defense, we almost held this team under 100. So, I love it, man. I really love it. I knew it was over when Dwight Howard hit that 3. Like he's Chef Curry. He just pulled up. Well, that was the most fluid-looking 3-point shot from Dwight I've ever seen. My goodness, he pulled that up like he's been doing it his whole life. That's crazy. Now, imagine if he can consistently hit that. Now, if he would be able to consistently hit that, maybe he's sending a message to the coaching staff. But you have to start him now because it spaces the floor, and it would be a different animal. But I doubt this late in his career, from barely being able to shoot free throws to all of a sudden sniping threes, I just can't see that much of an improvement. I think that was more of a lucky shot, which he has been practicing, so credit to him, than skill. But who knows, man? Who knows? My boy said Avery Bradley must stay, Dan. I love what he did tonight. And I love what he's been doing all season, to be honest with you, man. I didn't want to overhype him, but he has exceeded my expectations. He is this year's Dwight Howard. What Dwight wasn't the bubble season, I think Avery Bradley has been that early on. Very, very interesting, man. Very interesting. He said, Dan, with those 165, you should take the missus out for tacos. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. But she's under the weather right now. So, yeah, she's not very hungry, just drinking teas and trying to get better, man. So prayers up for my lady, man. Hopefully she gets better and well enough so we can go to horror nights because we were blessed, again, and we want to take advantage of that. He said Flippers are 1-4. I told you guys they weren't going to be nothing without Kawhi. Kawhi is the heart and soul of every team he goes to. And the crazy thing is, as good as Kawhi is, he's really not a leader. So, that team was never going to be anything anyways, with or without Kawhi. But I'm glad people can see that the Clippers really ain't shit, and they're getting exposed early in the season. They're a one-player team. And without Kawhi, they can't do nothing. He said, love your show, fam. Keep it up, brother. Thanks, Howard. I appreciate that, man. For sure, I appreciate that. He said, Melo and Bron connect is strong, Dan. All the veterans on this team are going to eventually gel so nicely, from Rondo to Dwight to Melo to all of them. LeBron, you're going to start seeing them get better and better and better. And my thing is, again, I know I say this every video, guys, but the Lakers are still playing in spurts. We're still not playing to our full capacity. When the Lakers play a full 36 to 48 minutes, you're going to see me really excited here on this channel. I'm still excited for the win, but you're going to see the real happiness come out of me because I'm going to say, that's the championship team I've been waiting on. Watch, you're going to see how it's going to be a different energy on this channel when I see the true potential of this Laker team unravel. Now, again, a lot of that is partially due to the fact that we don't have all of our guys yet, right? But the other part is that the Lakers are playing the wrong rotations. I can say that I didn't think Frank Vogel could mess it up this year, but he already kind of has, because DJ continues to start. And I think as long as we win these games, it's going to buy him more time to start. My problem is we getting off the slow starts, and anytime he's out there, he's in the negatives and the plus minus. He's not helping the team out much. So we need different rotations. We need a different starting lineup, in my opinion, so we can get out of the gates hot, catch a rhythm, and sustain that rhythm throughout the course of the game. That's what the Lakers need. He said, laughing at the media now. He said, where are the haters at now, Dan? Remember when they were talking trash and we were losing? Bro, we're still not out of the woodworks yet. We need to put together a nice little 5-6 game winning streak just to shut up the media and show that we're for real. So we're 3-3. We're at 500, but we need to start taking off, because the West is no joke. And we need to make sure that we continue to build on this win. Remember, up next, we got the Houston Rockets. Let's see who else we got. I haven't looked at the schedule recently, but I know we got the Rockets coming up. And then after that, let me see. After that, we got Rockets Sunday and Tuesday. So that should be 2 dubs right off the bat. Followed by Thursday, we got the Thunder. And you know that has to be an ass whooping because of what they did in the end of that game. No apologies necessary. And then we got the Trailblazers, so it starts getting a little bit harder on Saturday. And then Monday, we got the Charlotte Hornets. So it definitely gets competitive then, starting next Monday on November 8th, followed by the Heat on November 10th, and then the Timberwolves on November 12th. All those games are going to be really highly competitive, and we need to make sure we capitalize, which means take care of the basketball, because we've been struggling to do that to start games. I don't know why. 10 turnovers in the first quarter. I thought we were done for. But again, roller coaster. This is a roller coaster team. And we need to strap in, Laker Nation, because we're going to be pissed and happy, and then pissed and happy again, and excited. He said, watch out for when the Lakers are at full strength. Yes, we need them to come back, but the rotations matter too. I didn't think they'd matter as much, but DJ's even worse than I expected. And so I think he's the problem right now. Every year, doesn't it feel like we have some sort of a cancerous problem on the team? And I don't mean that as to say personality-wise. I think DJ's a great guy. But I'm talking about the slow start and how he doesn't fit in with the starting lineup, or any lineup for that matter. And so for those reasons, I'm like already out on DJ. I think it's only been 6 games, but he's already shown us more stone feet than I've ever seen in my life from the starting center position. He's out here looking like Chris Kaman when he was about to retire. Like, what is going on? He said, Westbrook played under control today. As long as he realizes the Lakers don't need triple doubles from him every night, he just needs to go with the flow of the game. Absolutely, King Nate. Couldn't have said it better myself. Westbrook, again, he's a two-sided blade. And sometimes he'll cut your own team. He'll cut us, right? But when we use that, he needs to be more of an accessory than the main piece of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? He's more of the side piece. I hate to call him a side piece, but he needs to be more of a side piece than the main piece. We know who the main piece is, right? That's LeBron James. And we know who his main piece is. That's Anthony Davis. And then comes Russell Westbrook. He's an accessory to the 2 pieces. That's what he needs to be at. I thought they could all 3 of them be stars, but I'm starting to see that we have so much talent on this team that sometimes Carmelo's going to be that 3rd star. It's not even going to be Russell Westbrook. And sometimes, like tonight, when Anthony Davis had an off game, right? He played crappy again tonight. Russell Westbrook was that 2nd piece, and then Carmelo was the 2nd piece, and then Russell Westbrook was the 3rd piece. So they just have to learn that whoever has a hot hand, we're going to ride that, and it isn't about egos. It's okay if Russell Westbrook scores 2 points in the game as long as we win. I prefer 2 points than 32 and a loss, to be honest with you. So, egos to the side, and then throw your W's up, because we're going to start getting wins. Watch. He said, Dan, Avery Bradley played more minutes than Monk today. He did, but rightfully so. We needed defense. We were playing atrocious defense out there when Monk was out there. So we needed defense. And as much as I like Monk, my criticism of him is his lack of defense, okay? If he gets better, he will definitely learn, he has to learn his defensive rotations and how to stay home on the shooters and fight through screens and stuff like that. Because if Avery Bradley's going to edge him out every time, especially when we need defense. Frank Vogel is supposedly a defensive-minded coach, and tonight he did the right thing. But it's not about who plays. It's about wins, right? I'm sure Malik Monk understood just fine. We needed this win. Avery Bradley was having himself a ball game. You let him be out there. Let him be out there. I'll give him my minutes if I was Malik Monk. I'll be like, take him. I'll set it up for him on a platter. He needs the minutes. Give it to him, man. He said Dwight's 3-point shot honestly looked solid. Yes, it did, Gibbs. Yo, that 3-point shot, man, he was looking like Klay Thompson out there. That thing was silk. I was crying. I didn't know he had a flamethrower like that. But, hey, it's different when you're up by 10, right? To shoot a 3, then I'm sure he wouldn't have shot that if we were down. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I absolutely like it. I like the way the team chemistry was looking at the end. The passes were there, that we were making our shots. We were cutting properly. And even a great shot block from Anthony Davis, who made up for that poor offensive display tonight. So he said, y'all see Russ crip walking? Yeah, bro, I was criticizing him for that. I was like, bro, we're not out of the woods yet. How about we take it serious? My man was over here crip walking, man. I couldn't believe that. But as long as we get the win, all is forgiven, man. That's the way I see it. Like, I'm not mad at him, but at the same time, I was like, what the heck is he doing? Love the lobs we be getting. Yes. And if you notice, when we started the season, I'm glad you brought up the lobs, because when we started the season, what happened? These lobs were behind the players, or they were too far out, or too high up, or too low. And now they're starting to connect, and that's part of the chemistry, and that's part of finding each other and knowing where people are going to be. The timing is starting to line up, right? I told you guys about Russell Westbrook playing at a different pace. Well, tonight he looked perfect. There was one play where I was very pleased with him. And if you notice, he didn't really settle for a single 3 tonight, at least not that I remember. There was one play where he pump faked, like LeBron kicked it out to him. Jared Allen was running out. He pump faked Jared Allen. Jared Allen flew by, and he finished with a dunk. I'm like, yes, that is the Russell Westbrook I want to see, the smart one. 3-point shot is not your strength, so you go to the basket. You go to your strength. You don't let the defense dictate the way you play. You play the way you want to dictate the defense to play you. You have to, if you're the point guard, you have to manipulate the defense, right? And what I mean by that is use your speed to get in the lane. If they come in and they double hard on you, or they collapse down in the paint, you kick it out to somebody who will probably kick it out to somebody else. Even if you don't get the assist, you will get the hockey assist and will probably get a bucket. Instead of, forcing and going 1-on-3, or, driving and already premeditating the kick out, and the defense reads it and they play the passing lane. And, that's not smart basketball. Russ has to learn how to read and react. Okay. Not react first. You don't want to premeditate. Everybody knows if you play basketball, you don't want to get in the paint already with your mindset that you're going to pass the ball or that you're going to score. You want to take whatever the defense gives you. Those are the best guards. You know what I'm saying? They adjust. And sometimes you'll have it going, so you'll make the defense give you whatever they don't want to give you. So if they double you and you already had it going, you'll probably still score the bucket. But those are rare occasions. We don't need, Wolverine Russ, Solo Dolo, aka Logan. We need X-Men Wolverine Russ. We need him to play with the unit, man, with the team. We do have Professor X in the back over there reading everybody's minds and picking everybody apart. So we got to play through LeBron, and so on and so forth. But I did definitely like the way he looked tonight compared to the previous night. Tonight, he didn't look to play hero ball. Tonight, he looked to play smart ball, which I appreciate, and it translates into a dub. But again, major kudos to the bench that came in, and just our bench smacked their bench tonight. Okay, we outscored the crap out of our bench. By the way, let's go look at the stats. I'm curious. Usually I don't like to look at stats, but when we win and I'm in a good mood, yeah, I'll go look at the stats. Why not? Let's go see the stats. Okay, we gave up 23 to Evan Mobley, their rookie. I think that's a little too high, but he is very skilled. 17 for Markkanen, and again, right on his average, 9 rebounds to Jared Allen. So those 3, they did their damage. Darius Garland got 18 points and 11 assists, so he went off. But we held Colin Sexton to 9 points, and I thought HBK was great at times versus him. But then here's the problem. Those 9 that Colin Sexton had, right, they turn into 27 because you add Ricky Rubio's 18, and now you got a problem. So, but nobody else got off. Lamar Stevens only had 3, Kevin Love only had 4, and Denzel Valentine only had 3. So they barely got over 100. On the other hand, the Lakers end up with LeBron James, 26, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. Anthony Davis, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, 3 assists. So he kind of filled up the stat sheet. DeAndre Jordan was the worst, but he only had 15 minutes, 4 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Russell Westbrook, 19, 5, 6. Very solid. Triple-double, close to a triple-double. Kent Bazemore, only 4, but that's okay. He plays some decent defense. Carmelo Anthony, again, another spark off the bench, 24. He's been huge for us at home. Let's see if that can translate to the road as well. And then Avery Bradley with 7, but it really doesn't tell the story because his defense was great. Same thing with Austin Reaves, 7. Doesn't tell the story. Defense is great. Same with Dwight with 7. So the Lakers just had a full team effort tonight, and there really wasn't much hero ball. Anthony Davis has to learn how to become more efficient. I want him to take the keys from LeBron because Father Time will eventually come knocking, and we're going to need a different leader in the future. But right now, this is still LeBron's team. Anthony Davis hasn't stepped up to the plate at all. He said LaMelo Ball versus the Lakers is going to be must-see TV. It sure is. LaMelo's been having a great season, but lately has been grounded by reality. He's been playing some harder teams, and they've been losing. So as good as they started, again, reality tends to ground certain teams. He said, Dan, did you see the footage of Durant pushing Torrey Craig to the ground? He said, people treat that as a step back. I didn't see it, man, but I'm going to check it out just because you said it. Just because you said it. He said AD is Cyclops. Oh, my God. He said, love the roles these players are adjusting to. It's amazing how to trust your role in a championship and not be greedy. They have to learn still, though, because at times they're going to step out of their role, and we're going to have to get our pimp hands strong and smack them back into their lane, bro, because I'm serious, man. It really pissed me off the other night to see what Russell Westbrook did and how he threw away the game. And I'm really high on him, so I don't want him to be this year's version of Dennis Schroeder, who's playing for stats. Like, Russ already has the bag secured. He don't got to worry about the money. So all he needs to do now is forget about the stats and worry about the dubs. That's it. I really think he is the key to the season because I love what he brings to the table when he plays smart. I love the way he played tonight. He said people actually thought the Lakers were going to lose on LeBron's and Melo's anniversary. Their anniversary of what, bro? I didn't even know. What is it? He said Damian Jones is solid. I remember Damian Jones. I would not be mad if we brought in a body like that. Lakers need another wing and a center. Remember, we have another wing. We have 2 wings coming, THT and Trevor Ariza. So we don't need another wing. A center, I agree with you because DJ has fallen out of my favor. And I hope he can regain that favor and play better. But as of right now, I'm off the DJ fan wagon. I'm not liking what he's doing. Especially on the defensive end. Pick and rolls, man. They are they're feasting. I think I could probably go out there and catch a lob on DJ, right? I don't even dunk, and somehow I'll probably end up catching a lob off of DJ. That's how bad his defense is right now. Like, crazy, man. Everybody's going out there just doing crazy stuff. They're catching one-handed reverse dunks with their eyes closed, posing like this, like it's a dunk contest and shit. Nah, we can't have that. We can't have that, man. We need to start installing respect in our opponents. I still see too many smiles going out there from the opponents. We need to see some tears out there, man. He said, we have a wing. His name is Trevor Ariza, and he is injured. Yes, absolutely. We have enough assets to trade for a center. Nah, we don't want to do a trade. Trust me. We don't want to do a trade. We be straight. Lakers should have kept Damian Jones from last year. He's way better than DJ. I agree. Sometimes we give way too much of a benefit of the doubt to these older players, but we need some youth, man. I agree. Why not Damian Jones? I was shocked he didn't keep the roster spot. He was very good. Very good. He said Boogie Cousins will be better night and day. Is he even in the league? If he's not in the league, please tell me he's not getting blackballed out here, man. He needs to have a job. He's too good not to have a job in the NBA. There's plenty of bums out here with jobs. Come on now. Dan, how about Demarcus Cousins back to the Lakers? I'd love that. I'd love that. He said we could swap DJ for a more mobile center for sure. I think it would be night and day. And if you get like a Demarcus Cousins, sure, he's not the best rim protector, but at least he tries. And then he could definitely space the floor for you. And I think he would crash just as good, if not better, than DJ. So we'll see. Boogie's a free agent. Yeah, that's crazy. DeMarcus needs a team for sure. What's up, Max? You think he's on the Clippers for reals? Oh, never mind. He went to the place where careers die. Dan, I'm still pissed about the OKC game. I feel you, Ernesto, but you know what, man? There's nothing we can do. You know, learning curve and growing pains. That's all it is, man. This is growing pains, learning curves, and we're just getting around it, man. We're just getting around it. Dan, it was LeBron and Melo's NBA debut. Oh yeah, they were talking about that. I forgot about that. Their debut anniversary. That's what it was. Dang, that's crazy how the years fly, man. I still remember I was just a kid when they got drafted, and I remember thinking, man, I wish my Lakers had a draft pick because I really like LeBron coming out of high school. I knew he was going to be a phenom. And then Carmelo, well, he was good with Syracuse, but I really didn't know much about him, to be honest with you. He said, "What about Kenneth Farid?" No. See, the last thing we need is another Montrezl Harrell type who's just not going to get minutes because we know Coach doesn't like short centers, and he plays them out of position. So no, I prefer Demarcus. He has more size at least, and he can space the floor. Kenneth Farid can't shoot. Remember, we're trying to get better floor spacing. He said, Dan, Boogie's still a free agent. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get why players like that become free agents and they never find a roster spot. You mean to tell me? I'm not even gonna say nothing, man. I'm not here to put nobody down, but there's some really suspect players that have contracts out there, and you can't give Demarcus a contract. Nobody out of 30 teams, nobody can find a spot for Demarcus. Wow. Dan, would you mind having DJ playing garbage time? Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would prefer to remove him from the starting lineup. I don't care. He's been getting us to like land before time starts. You know, some old, like we looking old out there with DJ, man. We look like prehistoric. And so yeah, we're gonna have to get off of that. I think that's why teams think they're coming to a retirement home when they walk into Staples and they see DJ starting there. Like he's the face of the franchise or something. He's just sitting there in the paint, you know. I don't know, man. DeAndre he's not the same. He'll never be the same, and we need to move off of that quick before he drags us down. We're in quicksand with DeAndre, man. He said, Dan, DJ in a second round pick for who? Who the heck is Vernon Carey? Is that a made up player? Is that your creative player on 2K? I don't know who that is, bro. Who's Vernon Carey? You need to reference the team because that does not sound like a familiar name. Just imagine LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq. You know what? I used to when Kobe was still in his prime here with the Lakers, and 2010 hit, we didn't have the cap space, but I would dream of LeBron and Kobe teaming up. I also dreamt of so many other star players. When AI was in his prime, he was leaving Philly for the first time when they traded him. I was dreaming of AI and Kobe when he was in the trade rumor mill. And it never happened. I was dreaming of like T-Mac and Kobe. I always wanted Kobe to have an elite backcourt mate, and it never happened, man. So, you know, I'm kind of glad in a way it didn't happen because we got to enjoy his greatness. Like he really put the team on his back so many times. But at the same time, you wonder if this would have prolonged his career. And I think that's why they brought Steve Nash. Steve Nash was a mummy by the time we traded for him, you know. He was just a mummy. He was just a carcass of himself, man. He was not the same player. Vernon Curry is Steph's brother? Really? I have no idea. How many siblings does this man have? I swear they're like bunnies, man. They're just multiplying the Currys. They're all over the place, man. I didn't even know he had another brother. I thought it was just Seth. Huh. Is he playing high school or some college? I don't know. He said, Ken thanks Stern for that. For vetoing the trade with Chris Paul, yeah. But you know what? Chris Paul's an asshole, man. I'm kind of glad it didn't happen. He doesn't deserve to wear purple and gold. He's a little dirty jerk. He's like a little leprechaun. He'd be perfectly suited for the Celtics. He's a little leprechaun, man. And he has short man syndrome. I'm never gonna forget when Pau Gasol tapped him in the head, and he was over here acting like Pau smacked him or something. I was like, oh my god, he has midget man syndrome. I'm just like, oh my goodness, bro. What's wrong with this insecure little midget, bro? Something wrong with this cat. I always wanted to see LeBron versus Kobe in the finals. That would have been great as well. I was cheering for that. Crazy, man. Crazy that it never happened. It's funny how some of these things never. By the way, I want to talk about James Harden really quick. All right. James Harden had 15 free throws combined in his first 5 games. And he was crying to the media about how they're all fouls and how he's not getting no foul calls. Guess how many he had tonight? 19 free throws, which got him to 29, a whopping 29 points. It took this fat boy 19 free throws to get to 29 points. Oh my goodness. If you telling me he doesn't live at the free throw line, don't talk to me because we don't need to be friends. This man lives, breathes, eats, sleeps at the free throw line, man. Why is the NBA protecting this fake star? I'm so tired of James Harden, man. I swear, man. He doesn't deserve to be. He doesn't deserve to get all those free throws. Come on. LeBron James is way more aggressive. Can't even get 10 free throws. And you got this fat boy over here, flopping and flailing like a damn fish. It's really frustrating. And people call me a hater, but I'm not a hater. I'm a real later, man. I keep it real. And I'm telling you, James Harden is trash. How does this man get 19 free throws? NBA needs to stop sucking up to this star player. All right? They need to stop that. He said the new NBA rules is getting into Harden. They're not. They gave him 19 free throws tonight. They made up for all those other games. They were calling it fairly. He said the Clippers are 1-4, as expected. I said it before the season started. I don't expect the Clippers to even be on the radar. I knew it. They've really been a pretender all this time. They've just been fooling like the dummies who live in LA. Not even live in LA, but just the dummy fans that call themselves Flipper fans. The Suns are 1-3 right now. I told you last year was a fluke, and we should have. This is why I was mad. We lost to them, and we lost to the Warriors. We should really be undefeated right now, to be honest with you. But the Lakers didn't get it together in time. They still haven't gotten together. They still got a lot of room for improvement. Still playing in spurts. We need to play consistent, steady ball. But I'm just happy with any win we can get right now. Yeah, he got 19 free throws, believe it or not. He said, yo, Dan, seeing the Clippers lose feels great after the Mavs got blown out. Yes, sir. Definitely. Clippers ain't shit, man. Everybody here in LA knows it. Even the Clipper fans know they ain't shit. They just love pretending and playing. Clipper fans are weird, man. They still play with dolls. That's a little secret you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like Clipper Darryl, he's weird, man. Last I heard, he sleeps with a teddy bear. Like, bro, you old as hell. What you doing? He said, Dan, Suns are 1-3 right now. Love it. I love it. James Harden, he lives at the free throw line. I will always remember when Ingram pushed Harden, then come back for a punch. I'm telling you, man. Nobody likes that punk. He's always flopping, getting all the calls, man. Do you guys remember when the Lakers had to play James Harden with our hands behind our back? Like, what the heck was that? With our hands behind our back, and the NBA was just like, they didn't even say nothing about it. I was so embarrassed for basketball at that point. I was like, I couldn't stand watching the Houston Rockets. Like, and I actually have had discussions with my friends about how good exactly this James Harden character is. He's not that nice. He said, do you think LeBron would have at least 6 rings by now if the Warriors never got KD? Probably for sure. I mean, LeBron was the best player in that series. Is just that KD was on a stacked team, to be fair. Probably one of the most stacked teams we ever saw. I mean, they had so many stars. It was ridiculous. They had Curry, they had Clay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant to start off. And then they had good role players too, like Iguodala, who used to be an all-star. Did they still have Sean Livingston? I don't even remember, man. They've had so many stars run through there. I don't even remember who was on there. Dan, James Harden is soft. We all know that. And this is coming from a Thunder fan. This is where he originated from. So it's a fact. I hate that the officials are starting to reward him again after all that crying he was doing. Like, he was really embarrassing himself out there. His coach came out here. Steve Nash lost respect from me because he came out here crying about those are fouls. It's like, no, they're not. Come on. Be real. Just because he's on your team, those aren't fouls. You should be really telling this guy, just play ball. Everything will line up. Just play ball. Don't worry about that. But now they're over here crying about fouls. And guess what? Very next game, 19 free throws. That's unheard of. I don't remember the last time any of our Lakers got 19 free throws. Do you remember? I don't remember. It's been a long time. And our players are way more aggressive. By the way, tonight, did you guys see that reverse layup? That it was a clear hack. LeBron got dropped on the ground. Anybody else, they would have called a flagrant 2 on us. Well, we can't even get the damn foul call. Every night it's getting ridiculous with these missed calls, man. I'm just like so sick about it. So to be honest, Melo has been much more impressive than the turnover machine. I hate ball in Russ's hands. Russ will be fine, man. He's right now he is a ticking time bomb. As long as he doesn't explode, we're good. You know what I'm saying? He's like the hot potato. You just don't want to be caught with the hot potato, right? That's Russell Westbrook. He's the hot potato, and we're hoping that it keeps moving around and it doesn't just settle, because once the hot potato settles, you lose the game. Russell Westbrook. My boy said that's why the basketball gods will not reward the Nets and James Harden. I really hope not, Mima. I really hope not. By the way, I like that name. But I really hope that doesn't happen, because if it does, if they ever win a championship, it's going to be really hard to stomach it. Like, for example, last year even, I was just praying to the basketball gods that the Phoenix Suns didn't even sniff that championship. And I was so happy they didn't, because my God, the narratives would have ran off of the list. We were already hearing that supposedly Devin Booker was the next Kobe Bryant. Can you imagine the kind of blasphemous stuff that would have came out of Stephen A's mouth and all the little zombies that follow him? They would have called Devin Booker the second coming to I don't even want to say blasphemies, but man, they would have really hyped him up. So I'm very happy that he didn't win a championship, because he's an asshole. All right, him and the whole Phoenix Sun team, a bunch of assholes. And that's just a fact. I'm sorry. I don't like to make it personal. Usually I stick to basketball, but these guys are jerks. He said, Dan, I don't trust Westbrook with the ball at all anymore. That's not a problem, because who do we have? Right? We have the best person with the ball in their hands. So that's King James. He specializes, man. He specializes in handling it to the end of the game and making sure everybody gets to the spots. Carmelo Anthony was able to get some wide open looks. Those are wide open buckets for Melo, because LeBron put him there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like LeBron's just a special player. And I really I know there's some Laker fans that say, oh, I can't like the Lakers while LeBron is there. Come on, man. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. Talent like LeBron doesn't grow on trees. When he retires, you're going to miss him. So just enjoy him while he's here. There's no point of having your ego get in the way. This isn't a Kobe versus LeBron thing. This is a Lakers versus the world thing. Are you a part of the Lakers, or are you a part of the world, man? Pick a side, because LeBron James, the next 2 to 3 years are going to fly like this. And then we're going to be back into trying to look for another star. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy these moments. LeBron is a special talent, man. Special talent. Year 19, still winning games for the Lakers. Year 19, still settling in. He's still settling in the players in their spots. Year 19, he's about to win another championship ring. Year 19. Never seen it done. Leading the team in year 19. And most NBA players aren't even in the league this far into their careers, let alone dominating the league. Another 26-point performance, man. He said, Ticket TV, that clown didn't support the Lakers because of LeBron. Yeah, we all know these guys aren't real Laker fans, man. The people that can really just get off of the bus. Come on, man. We didn't get off of the bus when we were winning 17 games a year. Why get off of the bus now? It really don't make no sense, bro. I'll never understand that fair weatherness from fans. We need to learn how to pick a team and stick with it, no matter who. I don't care if freaking Dennis Rodman comes back from retirement to lead the Lakers to a championship. If he leads the Lakers to a championship, I'm going to love it. Who's a player I dislike? Who is a player I dislike? Well, I was just talking about him. James Harden. This is how much of a Laker fan I am. If James Harden demands a trade to the Lakers, and we didn't have LeBron James, let's just say, and he was able to lead us, even if it's through the free throw line, but he was able to lead us to a championship, even if his finals MVP trophy is a free throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would still love the Lakers. I'd probably be throwing up after every game, the fact that I'm watching James Harden flop all over the place. But I'd still be a Laker fan, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be cheering with buckets on the side, making sure that I don't dirty up my carpet. That's all. I don't care who plays for the Lakers. All is forgiven when you become a Laker. And I think that's the real definition of a true diehard fan. I think that's what's lost in today's NBA. I feel like young fans especially. It's weird when the old heads like me are jumping around from team to team, but when a young fan does it, I feel like that's I'm used to it. You know what I mean? I'm used to it. Young fans will say, "Oh, well, I came to the Lakers because Russell Westbrook came here," or I came to the Lakers because LeBron James is there, or I came because Anthony Davis. I don't get it, but I at least respect them because they're young and wet between the ears. They don't know about loyalty yet. Maybe later on they'll figure it out. But the old heads really puzzle me. Ticket TV, I ain't never seen them, but I ain't never seen. Come on, Ticket TV. What kind of name is that? Ticket TV. Get that shit. Look, bottom line is, if you're a fan, you're a fan. Ride or die, thick or thin. You've seen me. You've seen me complain, crying, whatever you want to call it, about the Lakers. But I'm still here. Win or loss, you could tune into YouTube and you will find DTLF right here, front and center, presented. We've been embarrassed. I've dealt with trolls. I'm still gonna be here, night and day. Real fan. Fake fans? Oh, yeah, I can't root for the Lakers no more because LeBron went there. Yeah, I don't like winning. Winning sucks. Yeah, I'm a diehard Laker fan, but I don't want 18th championship with LeBron. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool, but it's LeBron. Like, what is that shit, bro? 18th championship would be special if freaking James Harden won it at the free throw line. I don't give a damn. An 18th championship is an 18th championship. LeBron helped us get to number 17. I'm eternally grateful. I will never hate on LeBron. He has my total gratitude for life. But these weirdos out here talking about, oh, I can't be a Laker fan, man. I got my panties in a bunch. I'm a Celtic fan now. Oh, yeah. I like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And, yeah, they're going to be future Lakers. So, come on, man. Those aren't real Laker fans. You can't tell me. Those are weirdos. Come on, man. That's just how I feel like. I can't talk to you if you're telling me that because LeBron came here, you're not a Laker fan. You were never a Laker fan. You're an emotional weirdo. You know what I'm saying? He said, if Kobe had been traded, I would still cheer for the Lakers versus Kobe. Exactly. That's what it means to be a Laker fan. Exactly what my man right here said. Abso-freaking-lutely. Sounds like right wingers. Exactly. They're right wingers, man. They're left wing. They're wingers. Is it Carmelo needs to start? Absolutely. Let me tell you something about these type of fair weather fans, by the way, before I get off of that point. These are the same dudes that prefer wings bone out. They prefer boneless wings over bone in. They don't like natural flavor. They're the same weirdos, man. Their decision making is suspect. So just be careful, man. Careful who you talk to. They might not be real Laker fans. He said Carmelo needs to start. I don't know about all that. He's been doing phenomenal off the bench, but I do prefer him over DJ. That's for sure. That voice is annoying as hell. Don't do that. I'm just telling you what I've heard from my friends. This is how they talk. Okay? They sound really ignorant, bro, when they say stuff like that. So I hate reading comments that say stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm not a Laker fan because, get out of here, man. I don't want to hear that. He said LeBron is one a generational player that will pass Kareem in all-time scoring, and he is a past first player. What I'm starting to realize, a lot of people don't have a mind of their own. They watch too many sports shows and they adopt those opinions. There's a lot of Skip brainless out there. That's what I call it, the zombies that follow Skip and believe everything he says. There's a ton of Skip brainlesses out there. A lot of Stephen A. hotheads out there too, just taking hot takes. Hot takes. What did Stephen A. say? He said, I think his hot take was that I forgot what it was, man. He's always saying something crazy. Dan, Avery Bradley needs more minutes. Oh, yeah, we know that. Avery Bradley is going to get more minutes. Trust me. As long as he continues to play incredibly hard defense like that and hustle and knock down shots, he's going to be on the court. Like the ticket TVs out there. Absolutely, humble. Absolutely. And I'm not even trying to talk smack about ticket TV or whatever. I swear to you guys, I've never seen a single one of his episodes or podcasts or whatever. And the reason I don't watch a lot of people's episodes is that I like to keep my opinion my own. If you'll find that if you watch too many different opinions, it'll mess with your own. You'll eventually start thinking maybe they have a point, and you'll start thinking different. I like to keep mine original. So I don't like watching. When I watch, it's just a little clip from ESPN or from Fox. It's really just to make fun of them because they be saying some crazy stuff. But I don't know. I don't even know who Ticket TV is. So I'm not trying to start no beef or nothing. I'm just telling you, anybody who has that stance, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your best friend, your mama, your daddy, your sister. They're wrong, okay? Because no matter who comes to your favorite team, you should still be able to stick with that team and embrace that player. Come on, we didn't have Montrezl Harrell come through here. Ex-Clipper, we embraced him. We had Dwight Howard after the beef with Kobe come here. We have embraced him. So it doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. And if you have a friend that's that ignorant, get on his case about it. You know what I'm saying? Not all bullying is bad. Sometimes you got to bully people so that they realize that what they're thinking and what they're doing is really dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I have a problem. I just watched the Dave Chappelle special. I am completely about freedom of speech, guys. Completely about it. If y'all haven't seen it, I recommend it. It's called The Closer. Watch the whole thing. Because a lot of people will get offended and then stop watching. His point was spectacular, man. You know, today, you can't say almost anything without offending somebody and getting canceled. The cancel culture is ridiculous, man. They'll literally go back and search for something you said in the past to try to cancel you to what the current person is saying. And so, in that sense, I agree, man. Not all bullying is bad. Sometimes you need to make a little bit of. I grew up in an era where, you know, my friends would make fun of me. I would make fun of them. We would clown on each other. And at the end of the day, we're still friends and we're still good. Nobody's canceling nobody out. Nobody's making it a big deal or crying about it, right? So, you know, we got to stop being soft. We got to stop being soft in today's era and call it like we see it, man. Call it like we see it. Absolutely. She said, "Oh my God, I saw that and it was hilarious and really just watched it last night. It was great, man. It had me and my girl laughing. Like my head was about to explode from laughter. I'm like, this is what, if you guys notice, I'll say this for those of you that are around my age. I'm 30. I just turned 30, so I'm an old head now officially. If you're around my age, you'll understand the 90s and early 2000s classic comedies. I'm talking, you know, Friday, Scary Movie 1, 2, 3. I'm talking like real classic cult comedy movies. Now, riddle me this. Why is there no more classic modern day comedy movies today? You know what was the last classic movie I could see that is like a generational comedy movie that I can say was hilarious? It was The Hangover, Part 1. Or even before that, the one with McLovin. What's that one called? The comedy movie with McLovin? I forgot the name of it. But yeah, those are hilarious movies. But nowadays, if anybody came out with a movie like that, hard hitting with heavy topics, but it's just all comedy, people would absolutely try to cancel them or say it's inappropriate. It's like, nah, Superbad. Thank you, Superbad. Those were the last two really funny movies that I've seen in a while. If you guys have any recommendations, hit me up in the comment section afterwards because I love comedy movies. It's just, you know, National Security back then, movies like that, they're not made. Superbad, yes, love that movie. They're not made anymore because nowadays the youth is very, very, what do they call them? Gen Zers? They're very delicate, man. They're almost like, they have like this invisible cap where you can't say anything or clown them or say anything. And this is why I love Twitter. Twitter's like Clownsville. Like nobody takes Twitter serious. Everybody just joking around and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like my last safe space where you can go over there and say anything and not get judged. And even then, sometimes somebody will try to say something or try to say, oh, it was inappropriate. It's like, it's Twitter, man. It's not real life. You know what I'm saying? So Walk of Shame on Netflix is funny. Oh, I gotta see it. If you recommend it, I know it's good because you've recommended some great things. You put me on Squid Games before it was popular. You put me on a bunch of stuff. So I believe you. So I'll definitely check that out. Dan, I respect you. I'm forever a Laker fan, but I love boneless chicken. That was a metaphor, man. I'm not trying to attack you boneless chicken lovers. I'm just saying, like, you love boneless chicken, bro. I respect it. But personally, to me, at least, my opinion, it ain't better than bone-in, man. It'll change your life. Like, go to Wingstop and get you some boneless chicken, one flavor, and then some bone-in chicken, same flavor, and do the comparisons. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I love me some Steve Urkel. Oh, yeah, Family Matters. All that is classic. We grew up on the good stuff, man. But I'm just saying, yeah, Blue Streak was hilarious. Martin Lawrence was one of my favorite back then, man. Still is. Jamie Foxx, the Jamie Foxx show. You guys remember that? The sitcom? Of course, Fresh Prince. But bottom line is, I miss good comedies. They don't make really funny comedies nowadays. They're so offensive to everybody. Everybody would take offense. You can't make fun of this. You can't make fun of that. I'll be watching old movies and be like, damn, that shit was hilarious. And then you watch a modern day movie and it's like, oh, it has to be so culture appropriate, or I'm not sure if I'm using the right wording here, but it has to be all like, you know what I'm saying? It has to be like perfectly non-offensive to everybody. It's like you can't really, comedians can't really say much without getting critiqued, man. And that's not comedy's all about laughing at yourself, not being able to take yourself, you know what I'm saying? If you can laugh at yourself, you can laugh at anybody, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Jim Carrey, yeah. We don't have, where are the comedians at? Where are the really funny comedians like that at, man? You know what I'm saying? Like the really hilarious ones. Eddie Murphy stand-up, compare that to Kevin Hart's. Now, Kevin Hart's first stand-up comedies were funny, but I feel like he said one too many short jokes for me where he didn't get funny anymore to me. After a couple of stand-up specials, they're all the same to me. But bottom line is, man. All right, guys, I'm about to get off. Looks like I got to go do something, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We definitely got to have these conversations, man. These are important and fun, especially after the Lakers win. We open up into other topics, and it's a blast, man. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you guys, man. The likes, subscriptions, and especially my donators, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. I can't believe you 100 piece again, Tara. Thank you so much. God bless. Have a great night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night, and peace out.